Why hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to do the interior of the airport. My goal for this episode is to do all of the sections that you can go to as a passenger, so that excludes the back of house areas. That is going to be its own separate episode, I don't know when, sometime. So anywhere you can go as a passenger, I'm going to be doing today. This airport is massive. We may or may not finish it today, so let's get started. So I'm going to work a little bit backwards with this airport. I'm going to start in Terminal C, which is the international terminal, and work to B and then to A. So I'm going to start and work backwards. It's a little weird. But I'm going to start with ticketing, and then I'm going to work my way to security, and then I'm going to build the gates. That is kind of the flow that I do for every single terminal, just to keep things simple. But here in Terminal C, I am not doing too much with ticketing. It's very simple. It's just a bunch of lines. It's where you check in your bag. There's a whole lot of kiosks and signs everywhere. Signs galore. So now I have started on security, and security for international flights is a little bit more stricter than domestic, so I have dedicated a larger space for it than the other terminals. So right here is the pre-check line, and kind of like the puddle jumper pass, whatever that is. And then right here you are seeing the standard line, which has more space because obviously most people are going to be taking these lines. And then this one right here is for the pilots only, so flight crew essentially. So everything is all split up. And then on the other side of security, it opens up into this big open area. So I'm going to start just by putting in the flooring and kind of getting all the ceilings and stuff filled in before I do all the details. So I just realized I pretty much built a crap ton without even kind of going over any of it. So let's do a little bit of a walkthrough of what we have so far. First off, technology. We have a little bit of a technology store here. They're selling iPads, iPhones, headphones, accessories, chargers, power banks, all that fun stuff that you need. So I did find out that international terminals tend to have more higher end retail because international passengers tend to spend more money. They're balling like that, I guess. Right next to that we got the Matador Surfing Company, just a very high-end boutique surfing beachwear shop. Nothing much to see in here unless you want to spend a crap ton of money. But we got some of their clothing on display out here. And those are the only two shops I have right now. There's going to be way less retail in this airport than there was in the last airport. I got 2 more little stations here to fill up, and that is all the retail for this half of the airport, or for this terminal, not the entire airport. The rest of it was pretty much filled in with gate space, because there needs to be a lot of seating, a lot of places for people to sit. There's not enough seats for everybody, but at least half of everybody has a seat. And we got our arriving passengers, their little hallway is completed and walled off, and it works. Another thing I did off camera, you might notice there's something above us right now, whereas before there used to not be, and that is the Delta Sky Lounge. So if you're a Delta member, you will enter here, and there is an elevator and stairs. I was going to try and fit an escalator, but it didn't quite fit because my escalator design is 3 blocks wide, and yeah, it didn't quite fit. So I did stairs and an elevator. But up here is the Delta Sky Lounge. I kind of did this off camera because I wasn't sure if it was going to fit or not. But it's a small little lounge, cute and quaint. We got a little bar area, some seating. You get free drinks and like a little snack buffet. And there's places to kind of sit that overlook the concourse a little bit, and like cool little comfy couches and stuff. Not the greatest view because there's gonna be like HVAC equipment right outside on the roof, but yeah, I guess your only good view is looking out over here because you can't even really see the airfield from here either. But again, I just kind of squeezed this in last minute. I didn't actually think there would be a lounge here, but I have space for another lounge right here. But it's really large, and I don't know if I'm gonna actually use all of this for a lounge. So I made 2 lounges, one there and there'll be one here. I did add in these cool little planes hanging from the ceiling. I thought they just added something, kept it, kind of lowers the ceiling a little bit, makes it not so open and cavernous. But I noticed a lot of airports, they'll have like model planes hanging from the ceiling. So we got one here, one right here, and another one right here. So we got 3 cool little model planes hanging. I might make some more in the actual gates, we'll see, but for now we got 3 little airplanes hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, that's just about it. I'm gonna get back to working on these shops. I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit because I realized I haven't spoken hardly at all this episode, so here we are, getting back to work with these shops. So right here, I am going to build another Sky Lounge, but in order to do that, I kind of had to modify the exterior a little bit. So I had to tear up the roof just a little bit and add in a new Sky Lounge. This one's going to be bigger than the other one. I'm going to keep the old one. This one's just going to be a second one, and it's going to be bigger. And this one's going to be for United Airlines. It's going to have a bar, a seating area, a place to play pool, and kind of an area to do laptop work and office work, just a quiet space. So yeah, that's pretty much all a Sky Lounge is. It's just for the credit card holders, a place for them to feel special. So we now got that. We can continue building more shops. international terminal is now complete. Just kidding, it's just done on the passenger side of things, and I don't know why I'm wearing this shirt. Let me take off this shirt. Get out of here. So yeah, going down this hallway here, you guys just saw we built a duty-free station. A lot of international terminals have these little stores here. Basically, you can buy really luxury goods and perfumes, watches, alcohol, tobacco, and it's all tax-free but you have to provide a boarding pass to prove that you are traveling internationally to avoid the taxes. But Matador is pretty much a tax haven to begin with, that's why it's so big. But duty-free store. Right next to that we have Starbucks coffee. This is my personal chain in the city. It's basically Starbucks in real life, but I changed one letter so I can avoid getting sued. Here we have something I came up with. It's Brandy Beach. It's one of those little upscale beach shops. They sell like Fitbits and surfing gear, beachwear, sunscreen, all that weird beachy stuff. Next to that we got a Fridays. Hopefully they don't sue me. I see other people build these, so if they can get away with it, I can get away with it. We have a bunch of seating everywhere for these gates for C5 and C6 down there. Right above us, I did end up squeezing in a way bigger and way better Sky Club. This one has like pool tables, a bar, like some office areas, places to eat. So yeah, that's the Sky Club up there. Way better than the one on the other end. And then here I started kind of dividing the stores in half, so that way I could squeeze more in. So we got a Cinnabon, a luggage store, bathrooms, a jewelry store, because people in the international terminal be bougie, so they're going to come in here and buy diamonds, and a place to get snacks right next to the gate. And right here in this wooden area, this is probably the only thing that's not done. I'm thinking about putting probably just bigger, more luxurious chairs right here. I don't know, I just wanted to break up the sea of chairs a little bit, so I'm going to put something here. I don't know what, maybe a kiosk? I don't know. Something will go right here. And I'm also debating about making a gate C7 right over here, because we could totally put in a gate right here because there's just a lot of empty concrete, and get rid of these chairs and build a glass wall to connect with this hallway, so that way those departing passengers can stay separate. So maybe I'll leave it like this for now, but maybe in the future, the airport wanted to expand, they could put a gate C7 right here and kind of get rid of some of these chairs a little bit, do some rearranging. But I guess for now, it'll just stay like this. So yeah, now we are going to work our way down to baggage claim, which is going to be outside of security. First, I need to make probably customs, because that's going to be the most important thing. I just went out the wrong way, didn't I? I did. Going out the correct way, so if we come down these elevator stairs, we need to build customs, and then after customs will be the baggage carousels, which is going to be really tricky because on the other side of this wall is going to be our baggage handling system, and this is going to be not fun to build, but it needs to be done. So I need to figure out how it's going to connect to that and have carousels in this area. And then you'll move on to item declaration. This is where you'll declare your items if you have anything to declare. And this little area will be the invitation hall, I think is what it's called, or I don't know, it's just where you're finally cleared customs, you're in the country now, and you are free to go explore. So that is going to be our next area that we are going to be working on, is downstairs. Alrighty, so going into customs, we have our several lines here. Here we have the puddle jumper, which is like an express lane pass. You don't even really have to do anything. You just scanny, and out the doors you go. The next line we have is permanent residence. So if you're a permanent resident of Matador, you'll go in here, and US and Canadian passports will enter here. And then those lines get split up, so US citizens will go in these two, and Canadian citizens will go here. And then you'll loop around, and over here is the permanent residents, US citizens, and way at the end is Canadian. On the other side, this is the non-US passports and the flight crew. They have a different path, so they go this way and have a lot more, since I anticipate more traffic going this way. There's a lot more space for a line here, and all of these are pretty much non-US citizen booths. And then the one way over here on the end is for flight crew, and they take a path all the way out here on the outside. Just on the other side of this wall through here is going to be the immigration offices. I did not build them yet, but this is where the immigration offices, inspection rooms, holding rooms, all that good stuff is going to be in here. Let me just close that off. So once you have cleared this area, you have officially entered Matadora, or I guess once you cross this line, and now you can no longer go back. So welcome to Matadora. So here is baggage claim. So all of these belts, I had to lay out the underside first. I can't really squeeze down there to figure out where all of these were going to go, but they do connect up to that sorting system over there. And we have a bunch of signage, just with a bunch of random flight numbers. I looked at a flight tracker and just saw where things were going and put them up here. So we got 6 baggage claims, and oversized luggage is over here. Once you get your bags, this line is for nothing to declare. It's pretty simple. It just goes straight out. If you do have something to declare, so like luxury items, fruit, weird stuff like that, if you're carrying anything weird on you and you have to declare it, you'll enter here, you'll go up to the desk, they'll tell you which booth to go to, and here's where they inspect your bags further and you declare. And I don't really know, because I've never actually traveled internationally on a plane, and I've never declared anything, so I don't exactly know what happens here. Once your bags have been checked, you can now exit to the, I guess, invitation or reception area. I don't know what to call this area, but it's just an area to where you can meet up with your friends, family, whatnot. There's going to be some shops in here, so food, little knickknacks, souvenirs. And over here in this corner is going to be the rental cars. So there's going to be 3 rental car booths right here. And you will be able to exit to the street and get picked up by Uber or a ride on the curb right here, which is also not exactly done. So there's a few details left to do, like these booths, and out here the doors aren't existing yet. For the most part, we are almost completely done with the passenger areas of the airport. There's really not much left to be done besides just little shops and details. In the international terminal, of course, we have 2 whole terminals over here. I don't know if we'll get to them today. Maybe we'll start, who knows, but honestly, these 2 terminals are way bigger than the international terminal, so we'll see how far we actually get in this episode. Now the passenger experience for Terminal C is done, all the way from arriving to airside to baggage claim. All of the passenger experience things are done. So this right here is the pickup area for the international terminal, which is Terminal C. So right inside of these doors off of the pickup area, we have some rental car areas. I am not very creative with coming up with names, so I just use real names. Hopefully they don't sue me. And yeah, I also did some check-in areas for the cruises. So we have Banana Cruises, which is the cruise ship that is actually built at the cruise ship port. And then we have Carnival. They're kind of like the two popular cruise lines here. And then we have a chocolate store named Chocoholics Anonymous. And then we just have some waiting area so people can meet up with each other if they haven't seen each other in a while. Just a little meet and greet area. And out here is where the Uber/Lyft pickup area will be. Now, let's say you get to this part of the airport and you want to go up to the Metro Mover station, or maybe you parked a vehicle in one of these garages. It is a little bit annoying to get there from here, not gonna lie. So you have to kind of know where you're going. If you are going to the Metro Mover or the garages, I might have to build a little sign, but you have to go up this elevator to level 3 to where then you can get into this garage through that bridge, or if you take the elevator to level 2, to get to the Metro Mover, you kind of have to go all the way across the airport, and you'll see a sign. You go up these escalators and across the bridge, and we're almost there. Oh, there's the Metro Mover station. The Metro Mover will be right here. I can't really figure out a shorter path to get people to the Metro Mover station without doing a crosswalk or some sort of thing across this road right here, which would impede the traffic. So I guess, yeah, if you want to use the Metro Mover station, you have to go through the ticketing up and over. It is what it is. Not every airport can be perfect. Every airport has its little quirks that make it unique and somewhat inefficient, but you know, it's got to have quirks that you got to work around, and that'll just be one of these quirks. So with Terminal C passenger side done, we are going to move on over down to B. So I'm pretty much going to go backwards in the alphabet, because why not? We're going to go from C to B to A. So we're basically going to be working this way. So I'm going to start working on the passenger experience for the domestic terminals. It should be slightly easier as there's less separation of passengers in a domestic terminal, whereas Terminal C, everyone had to be separate. So I'm gonna get started in here, shall we? So the section that you see here is going to be the central area right after security. It is going to be the food court area, so it's going to have an arrangement of different types of food. and convenience stores, and a little seating area for people to enjoy their food before they head off to their gate. After I am done building this center food court area, I'm going to go and build the gates for Terminal B, which I do fairly quickly as there really isn't as much detail in these gates as there is on the international terminal. So we are going to pretend that we just came off of a flight from LAX to Matadora out of gate 28, which is at the very end of the hallway. So we are going to have to walk all the way down the hallway. Try not to be lured in by the Irish pub or the Starbucks. And then keep walking past all these gates, past the restrooms, up the hallway and the ramp. Here you get to where all the food is, but baggage claim is going to be this way, and here is where we shall exit and take the escalators down to baggage claim, which doesn't exist. So, baggage claim in Terminal B is now complete. I went around and added the signs off camera because I did some actual flight numbers. So at one point, these flights were actually going to those airports. So it took a while to look up a bunch of flight numbers, but we got different numbers going to different places. So yeah, that is pretty much it for baggage claim. It is pretty boring down here. Got a spot for the oversized luggage, a restroom, and that's about it. The only other thing that I did off camera was I made some map art. This took probably like 3 hours to make. If we look at the real map of this place, if we look at the actual map, you can see over here we have my map art area, which is where I built this thing. This is for the international terminal. But if you ever come and walk around the airport, these things are scattered kind of everywhere. This is just one of them. But this is just those little TVs that have all of the flights and what gate they're at, where they're going, if it's on time or delayed. A flight information board, a good thing to have. But it took forever to make. Another thing that I did off camera, I kind of tweaked the security line a little bit. So it used to start right here. I kind of scooched it back a little bit because I realized the line was not long enough. It was going to get too crowded, so I kind of reworked it a little bit so it can hold a little bit longer of a queue, and kind of just cleaned it up a little bit, made it flow a little bit better. Now there's 1, 2, 3 lanes for standard and 1 for clear and pre-check to share, and then the one on the other side of this glass barrier is for the flight crew. So it kind of just flows a little bit better. I did have to extend this out because the wall used to be right here, so I had to extend it out another like 5 blocks, but I made it work. I did all this off camera. I just figured it wasn't really worth recording. So that's really all I've changed. Now I was thinking, so if we come out here, the Metro Mover station is technically part of Terminal B. So I feel like the next step should be completing this station, as it is a pretty large station, as it has the Metro Mover on top, and then down below it has the light rail station, and it connects to the parking garage, which connects to the buses and the other parking garage. So I feel like this little station here should be the next step in completing. And I need to complete the curb down here with some signage, benches and whatnot. And then once those two things are done, Terminal B will be pretty much completely done as far as the passenger experience side of things go. The only thing left that is completely empty is now Terminal A. So once I'm done with that train station and finishing up B, I'm going to make my way over here and finish Terminal A, which is going to be Matadoran Airlines down this hallway, and Hawaiian Airlines will be down that hallway. So that is going to be the last thing I'm going to complete after I do the train station. Let's get it! So, spoiler alert, I don't finish the airport this episode, like, not even close. I pretty much just do the ticketing and half of security for Terminal A before burnout set in, and I just kind of stopped working on the airport interior. I needed a break. I'm probably going to take about a month or two off of the airport after this episode, so don't expect to see another episode anytime soon. After this episode, you can expect to see the world's greatest show, wink wink, coming up after this. Happens every year. I wonder what it could be. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the final result of this airport interior.